Good morning, friends. Today we are going to revise our first chapter of the business economics. It is completed. If you listen the lecture carefully, you can easily understand what are the concept we have to study in the business economics, right? On the today's lecture, we are going to revise all the components, all the contents of the first chapter. That what is the business economics. Apart from that, what is the scope, nature, what is the difference between micro, macro, and what are the goals? Okay, so, listen this revised lecture carefully, which will help you to understand what is the concept of business economics again, and it is also help you to solve the MCQ test, which will conducted by me very much soon. Okay, now again I started with the economics. Economics is the social science. You know, it is the mother of all the social sciences. But the economics is word is coming from the oikonomia. Oikonomia in the sense household management. It is a Greek word, and from that we adopted the economics word over here. Economics, eco means the wealth, and the nomics means the science. When the economics is just a science of wealth, the some classical economics said that economics is just a science of wealth, like Kautilya, you can say that, Adam Smith, some other classical economics said that it is nothing but the science of a wealth. But later on, the scope of economics become very much wide, and now it turns towards the various dimension. According to your become first syllabus, we have to focus what is the business economics. In the 12th standard, you already studied what is the micro concept and what is the macro concept. Under the micro, we study about the particular unit, particular household, their income, their wages. Means when you study about the any one thing, any one individual, any one company, then it is under micro. And these various concept of the microeconomics is lies under the business economics. So what is the economics? First of all, economics is the social science which covers the action of the individual or the group of the individual in the process of producing, exchanging, and consuming the goods and services. According to Lord Robbins, economics is the science which study the human behavior and the relationship between the ends and scare means which have the alternative views. Means, you know, the human wants are unlimited, but available resources are limited, so you have to manage in that limited resources. So here, according to the Robbins, we said that between the ends means wants, तुमच्या इच्छा ज्या काही आहेत त्याला आपण एंड्स असं म्हणतो. ऑन द अदर हँड देअर इज स्केअर मीन्स तुटवडा, की जे काही मीन्स आहेत, जे काही रिसोर्सेस आहेत ते कमी आहेत, कमतरता आहे त्याची, परंतु माणसाच्या वॉन्ट्स ज्या काही आहेत त्या अनलिमिटेड आहेत. अँड इट शोज द रिलेशनशिप बिटवीन इट. Next one is what is the business economics. According to Spencer, you can see that definition is already studied in our first lecture. What is the business economics? The business economics is the integration of economic theories and business practices. Why you are using that economic theories on the business practices? Because you have to take various decision. If you want to sustain in the market, if you want to looking for the profit maximization, then definitely you having the knowledge about the economic theories, and that theories you can apply on your business firm to achieve everything. So you can write down that definition also. The business economics is the integration of economic theories with the business practices for the purpose of facilitating the decision making for the forward planning by the management. Means it is useful for various decision making, right? What is the application? We studied about it. Business economics is useful to us for the optimum technique to improve the organization decision. Next is understanding the individual market demand and decision to forecast. Next it is analyze the cost, supply structure, and understand the supply decision. Means if you are a manager, if you are a producer, you have to take various decision. Always remember, regarding supply, regarding cost, regarding production, everything you have to think about it. And business economics help you to apply that economic theories on your business farm. The next one is what are the characteristics? Is nothing but the nature in the sense business economics is micro in nature. Some theories of the microeconomics is totally adopted in the business economics. The use of the economic theories means the business economics use all the economic theories like a profit, distribution of income, and etc. for their decision making, right? The third one, it is normative science. Business economics is the normative science, means it shows you what is the aim, what is the object of the business firm. It determines the method to adopt the such a objective, means whenever the company is established, they set up their goals and objects, and business economics help you to fulfill that object, means it is normative. It shows what is the object, what is the problem of the business firm, what are the goal of the business firm. मीन्स नॉर्मेटिव्ह सायन्सचा अर्थ तुम्हाला समजून काय घ्यायचा आहे. नॉर्मेटिव्ह म्हणजे दॅट थिंग्स विच दॅट सायन्स विच शोज यू the actual goal or the object, what it is showing by the normative. But next one is it also makes the inquiry into the goods bad decision making, hence it is a normative, means it is also gives you the idea about the wise decision, how to take the wise decision. Various economic theories helpful you to take various wise decision, right? Next, it is a macroeconomic in use. Some part of the business economics is also is full of a macro concept, like a business cycle is there. You have to study the business cycle, you have to study the foreign trade, because whenever you engaged into the production, you should think about the macro variables as well. The last one is the economics is the science and arts. Science and arts in the sense is considered the science because it is a systematic body of the knowledge. We study the relationship between cause and effect. सायन्स म्हणजे काय तर शास्त्र, तुम्हाला माहिती आहे. सायन्स काय करत असतं तर कॉज आणि इफेक्टमधलं रिलेशनशिप दाखवत असतं. आणि मग आपलं बिझनेस इकॉनॉमिक्ससुद्धा तसंच आहे. इट ऑल्सो शोज द रिलेशनशिप बिटवीन कॉज अँड इफेक्ट ॲज वेल ॲज इट इज आर्ट्स ऑल्सो. आर्ट्स मीन्स नथिंग बट द प्रॅक्टिकल नॉलेज. इट इज द ॲप्लिकेशन्स ऑफ युअर knowledge is nothing but the arts, and economics is the science. Science it shows the relationship between cause and effect, as well as it also the arts in the sense it is help us to imply or apply the economic theories practically. So it is science and art. You can write this into the nature of a business economics. This is the full characteristic is nothing but the nature, right? Now we have to focus on the scope. That question will be asked for the broad question of the 12 marks, where you have to write what is the business economics and explain its scope. The first scope is the demand forecasting, or you can say the demand analysis and demand forecasting, right? The next one is cost analysis. Demand analysis in the sense a business firm initiate and continue the production process on the basis of anticipation of the more demand. Whenever you took the decision regarding production, guys, you should think about what is the demand, and if you analyze the demand, then you took the decision regarding production, and this wise decision help your management to prove the strong position in the मार्केट, राईट. द नेक्स्ट वन इज द कॉस्ट ॲनालिसिस. कॉस्ट म्हणजे काय रे, एखाद्या वस्तूचा तयार करण्यासाठी आलेला खर्च. लेट वी कन्सिडर आता माझ्या हातामध्ये थर्मामीटर येतो. थर्मामीटर माझ्या कंपनीमध्ये तयार व्हायला 100 रुपीज खर्च येतो आणि मी तो विकते 200 रुपीजला. मीन्स 100 रुपीज इज द कॉस्ट अँड 200 रुपीज इज द price. Means business economics help you to understand the cost analysis, and कॅल्क्युलेशन ऑफ द कॉस्ट इज व्हेरी डिफिकल्ट थिंग गाईज. मी तुम्हाला वाटत असेल की कॉस्ट काढणं खूप सोपं आहे, तर नाही, बरेचसे हिडन कॉस्ट असतात. मी जर आता तुम्हाला सांगितलं की तुमच्या हातात जो मोबाईल आहे त्या मोबाईलची कॉस्ट काढा, तर तुम्ही काय म्हणाल की मॅडम माझा मोबाईल जो आहे तो 20,000 रुपयाचा आहे, राईट. त्याच्यासाठी जे काही लागलेले इन्स्ट्रुमेंट्स आहेत, जे काही लागलेलं रॉ मटेरियल आहे, जे काही चिप्स लागलेले आहेत, लेबर कॉस्ट लागलेलं आहे, असं मिळून माझा मोबाईल 15,000 रुपयाला तयार होतो कंपनीमध्ये आणि कंपनी तो 20,000ला विकते, असं तुम्ही इझिली सांगाल. बट इट इज नॉट दॅट मच इझी ॲज यू से, कारण तिथं काही हिडन कॉस्ट असतात. डेप्रिशिएशन काउंट करावं लागतं, इकॉनॉमिक कॉस्ट असतं, अकाउंटिंग कॉस्ट असतं. ह्या सगळ्या गोष्टींचा आपल्याला तिथं अभ्यास करावा लागतो. सो द कॉस्ट ॲनालिसिस इज व्हेरी इम्पॉर्टंट concept. The second scope is the cost analysis. Under business economics title, you have to study the cost analysis, because every firm is desired to minimize the cost and increase the output for the economies of scale. The business economics is deals with the cost estimation and equate the entrepreneur with the cost analysis. Business economics help you to understand or calculate how to calculate the you can say the cost of the commodity. Next one is the profit maximization or the profit analysis. Every firm is aimed to secure the maximum profit, but at the same time they face the uncertainty risk getting the profit. The business economics deals with the matter relating profit analysis, profit techniques and the policy, even the break even point. What is the break even point? We will study in the next chapter. Whenever you produce the goods and services, you should think about what is the cost, and as per the cost at least you have to find out the break even point. Break even point is nothing but no profit no loss condition. ज्या बिंदूपर्यंत तुम्ही पोहोचता जिथं नो प्रॉफिट नो लॉस कंडिशन असते तिथंपर्यंत म्हणजे टी सी इज इक्वल टू टी आर ही कंडिशन जोपर्यंत येत नाही तोपर्यंत तुम्हाला ॲक्युरेट प्रोडक्शन लेवल काढता येत नाही. सो बिझनेस इकॉनॉमिक्स हेल्प यू टू अंडरस्टँड द प्रॉफिट अनालिसिस ॲज वेल ॲज इट ऑल्सो हेल्प अस टू टेक द व्हेरियस decisions regarding profit maximization. Next one is the capital management. Capital management is the another topic is deals with the business economics. Study the matter like cost of a capital, rate of return, selection of the best. आता एक लक्षात घ्या, तुम्ही कुठल्याही वस्तूचं जेव्हा प्रोडक्शन करत असता मुलांनो, तेव्हा यू शुड थिंक अबाउट द रिटर्न्स ना. जेव्हा मी कंपनी टाकते माझ्या डोक्यात एकच असतं की मी बाबा 10 लाख इन्व्हेस्ट केले तर मला त्यातनं किती रिटर्न्स मिळणार आहेत. म्हणजे यू शुड थिंक अबाउट द व्हॉट इज द रेट ऑफ रिटर्न्स, व्हॉट इज द कॉस्ट ऑफ कॅपिटल. मी बँकेकडनं कॅपिटल बोरो केलेलं आहे, मला किती रुपये त्यांना इंटरेस्ट द्यावा लागतो, हे सगळं मी थिंकिंग करावं लागत असतं मला जेव्हा मी वेगवेगळ्या प्रकारचे इन्व्हेस्टमेंटचे किंवा प्रोडक्शनचे डिसिजन्स घेत असते. सो इट इज नथिंग बट द cost management. Okay, these are the scope you have to note down. You can refer this PPT as well, or you can refer the notes which is already shared by me. Whichever is easy to you, you can use it. Otherwise you can use the books also. Some of you borrow the books from the library, you can use the books as well, no doubt. Whatever the easy you think, you can use it. Okay, this is nothing but the business economics. Now we have to study what is the importance, why the business economics is included in your degree program, what is the importance of it. The most of all, the business economics has the main use. Business economics is useful subject in the fact the most significant of all the social sciences is study the highly useful analysis and understand the various economic problem. Means business economics help us to apply the economic theories on your business entity, which will help you to enhance the profit level as well as the goodwill in the market. The economics became the intellectual reason of a day. The business economics is described as the both light giving the fruit bearing science. It enrich our knowledge, the light, and bring the result in the fruits. Means it also shows the cause and effect, guys. What is the significance? Business economics is useful to the finance minister. It is also useful for the minister and planning. काय उपयोग आहे? पहिला तर उपयोग, it is useful for the finance minister. To study the business economics is highly used for the finance minister to personal working in the finance department. It provide the good knowledge about the public revenue, public debt and public expenditure. Public म्हणजे सरकारला मिळालेलं उत्पन्न म्हणजे public revenue. Public debt म्हणजे सरकारी असलेली कर्ज आणि public expenditure म्हणजे सरकारी खर्च. It help to formulating the sound financial policy. Next one is useful to the minister for planning. The study of business economics is useful the minister for the planning. आता एक लक्षात घ्या, आपल्याकडे इंडियामध्ये प्लॅनिंग कमिशन आपण अडॉप्ट केलेलं होतं. 1950ला आपण प्लॅनिंग कमिशनची स्थापना केलेली होती आणि या प्लॅनिंग कमिशननुसार आपल्याकडे पंचवार्षिक योजना केल्या जायच्या. परंतु in the 2014 we abolished, or you can say की जे काही ते प्लॅनिंग कमिशन आहे ते तिथं डिझॉल्व्ह झालं आणि तिथं नीती आयोग आलं. पण द फंक्शन ऑफ द नीती आयोग इज सेम ॲज अ प्लॅनिंग कमिशन. म्हणजे आपल्याला काय काय टार्गेट्स आहेत, काही गोल्स आहेत हे ठरवायचं आणि त्या पद्धतीनं प्लॅनिंग करायचं. द स्टडी ऑफ बिझनेस इकॉनॉमिक्स हेल्पफुल टू द मिनिस्टर्स. वाय? बिकॉज दे आर मेकिंग द प्लॅनिंग रिगार्डिंग गव्हर्नमेंट पॉलिसी. You can read here, they can make the plan like a mobilization, plan implementation, capital output ratio, investment strategy. Next one, it is useful to the banker. Business economics is useful to the banker also to enable and understand the nature, purpose and implication of the different economic policies. Next, it is useful for the trade union also, because the knowledge of the business economics is also significantly for the trade unions and the leaders. The study of the business economics help the trade union leader to understand the nature and cause of industrial dispute. म्हणजे तुम्हाला माहिती आहे कंपनीमध्ये हे असतात बघा, युनियन असतात कामगारांचे, तर त्या कामगारांच्या युनियनसाठी सुद्धा बिझनेस इकॉनॉमिक्स युजफुल आहे. कारण विथ द हेल्प ऑफ द बिझनेस इकॉनॉमिक नॉलेज दे कॅन अंडरस्टँड व्हॉट इज द इंडस्ट्रियल डिस्प्यूट, व्हॉट आर द वेज रेट, व्हॉट आर द थेरीज रिगार्डिंग वेजेस. तर हे सगळं समजण्यासाठी त्यांना देखील बिझनेस इकॉनॉमिक्सची गरज आहे. लेटर ऑन इट इज युजफुल फॉर द बिझनेसमॅन. बिझनेसमॅनला तर तुम्हाला माहीतच आहे, व्हेरियस डिसिजन ही हॅव टू टेक रिगार्डिंग प्राईस, रिगार्डिंग सप्लाय, रिगार्डिंग मार्केटिंग. विथ द हेल्प ऑफ business economics he can took the wise decision. And next is a statesman. Statesman is also the benefit by studying the business economics is enabled to understand the nature and cause of economic problem. It help them to solve the economic problem like unemployment, inflation, scarcity of goods. Means these are the some points. And the last one is the international economic problem. When you are engaged into the when you are engaged internationally, always remember, when you are engaged internationally, then various problems like you can say the problems like fair rate or the custom duty, import export tax, the some policy regarding import export affect on you. And if you are engaged into international trade, you should aware about the business economics. Means the international economics is the important branch of the economics. It deals with the matter like term, trade, balance of payment, export import regulation. Its knowledge enable to regulate the agency and determine the foreign exchange value on the various national currencies. Means somehow that business economics has a wide scope, you can understand by with the help of this slide as well. Okay, now it all about the business economics, where we study what is the definition, what is the nature, what is the characteristics. Nature is nothing but the characteristics, and the last one is what is the scope. That allied question will be asked for the 12 marks, so you should be the prepared about it. Okay, the next concept we are going to study is the difference between micro and macro. What is the micro and what is the macro? Okay, here you can see what is the exact difference between micro and macro. I thought I assume that you completed that notes and you should submit it on the Google Classroom as well. Okay, what is the micro and macro? According to the classical economics, the science of the wealth, economics is just a science of wealth, but later on the scope is increases, and that bifurcation of the macro and macro is done by the Ragnar Fritsch, which you already studied in a 12th standard. What is the micro? According to the Kenneth Boulding, micro is the study of particular firm, particular household, individual, price, wage, income, and the commodity. What is the second point? According to the Morris, the macroeconomics is the fact of microscopic study of the economy. Means when you study about the one thing, or when you study about the one individual, then it is lies under micro. The second one is the word micro is derived from the Greek language. The micros means the small part. Next is the microeconomics is also known as the price theory. It using the slicing method to study the economy, which you already, this difference between micro and macro you already studied in the 12th standard. Just here we are going to revise it. Right, the microeconomics analysis use the partial equilibrium. The scope of microeconomics is study about the product pricing, factor pricing, theory of economic welfare. The microeconomics is depend upon the assumption and remains constant. Other thing remains constant, that is the assumption. Okay, the microeconomics analysis unit is separately in detail. Means microeconomics is study the each part separately. Now what about the macro? According to Kenneth Boulding, macro is not deals with the individual study, but it deals with the aggregate quantity of the economy. When you study the aggregate, then it is lies under macro. When you study the individual, then it is lies under micro. Somehow pronunciation is same, guys, but the meaning and the spelling is totally different. What is the second point? The microeconomics is the whole economic as a unit. The word macros is also coming from the Greek language. Always remember. The macroeconomic use the lumping method. On the other side, micro is use the slicing method. It slice the economy or separate the economy into small part, and then it studies separately. But here it use the lumping method. Lumping means they consolidate all the economy together and then separately study it. Next is the macroeconomics use the general equilibrium, where in the micro we use the partial equilibrium, right? Here you also write the macroeconomics is also known as the income theory. The macroeconomic study about the income employment theory and the general price level. Next one is the macroeconomic study about the forest, not a single tree. Means when you consider whole country, whole aggregate economy, then it is came under macroeconomics, right? These are all about the difference between micro and macro. It all about. And on the today's lecture we studied about what is the profit maximization, what are the goals of business entities, how to earn the maximum profit. How to earn the maximum profit, in the sense there are two conditions. One is the supplementary, one is the necessary condition, and second one is the supplementary condition. Okay, this is all about the revision we take about the first chapter. On the next lecture we are going to start our second chapter. Okay, we will stop here and we will continue on the next lecture. Thank you so much.